We're back. Please like and subscribe. At number 5, we have Android 18. Her passive assault rush, an ability that grants buffs against assault target. Applies a stack to enemy heroes when skills are part of attacks land. Deal more damage to those with enough stacks to trigger assault target. A rush attack or physical attack becomes a part of attack immediately after use, increasing range and damage. Attack in a set skill 1. Structural disc, attacking a set direction with a bladed disc of energy, chases the enemy heroes in range who have assault rush stacks when activated. Skill 2, lightning step, dashes in a set direction and kicks the enemy. Deals more damage when there are more assault rush stacks. A launch attack in a set direction can be activated again immediately after hitting an enemy, KOing an enemy hero with the set period of time after activation will extend the reactivation period, and the number of possible reactivations will increase. Her super attack, Heartbreaker, warp to an enemy target location, deliver an unavoidable staggering attack when deals more damage while an assault target. After the attack, a shockwave deals additional damage, KO or assist a KO against an enemy hero when the cooldown for this skill will be reduced. At number 4, Percent Bardock. Um, is good. It's good defense. It's passive Rebel Warrior. Really that toughens him up. The more attacks he receives, the range gauge each time he takes damage, the higher the gauge, the less damage he takes. Gauge really depletes him. No damage is taken for a set period. Um, uh, Rush attack, physical attack. The higher the revenge gauge, the more movement speed during a rush attack. When the gauge is full, because the AOE attack deals increased damage, the number of attacks increase. So the gauge depletes to 0. Um, skill 1, Rebellion Smash, guaranteed attack that pummels the target. Pummels the targeted enemy and sends them flying. If the enemy hits a wall or another foe, they both receive extra damage, movement speed down. Skill 2, Wild Roar, draws enemy attacks. 2, and while guarding counter attacks. Generates a shockwave around him at the time of activation. Applies Wrath to enemies it hits. He gains extra health, extra HP. The more enemy heroes he applies Wrath to, creates a shockwave around him to deal additional damage each time he takes damage while guarding. Can move while guarding. Guard ends when command is re-entered. When another skill is activated, or if you use vanishing stuff. Um, skill 3, Raging Charge, moves at high speed in direction to rush towards an ally while attacking. Performs an uppercut against enemy heroes and bosses he hits while moving. Staggers enemy heroes that are hit. Also applies movement speed down to enemies he hits with an uppercut he moves. Once he has moved a set distance, increases effect duration of movement speed down and duration of stagger, and deals more uppercut damage the further he travels. Can redirect while attacking. Stops after a wall or when command is re-entered. Is a super attack. Ride Javelin fires an energy blast in a set direction. The blast carries along enemy heroes. It hits and explodes after a set amount of time has passed or after hitting a wall. At number 3, we got Hit. It's passive Fear of Death, an ability causing a debuff status effect that shrinks the field of view. Applies Fear of Death when hitting an enemy or hero unaware of your position. Applies movement speed down to enemy, deals extra damage, and gains shorter cooldown for dimensional infiltration when Fear of Death is stacked. His rush attack and physical attack range increase during stealth while in a bush or and undiscovered by an enemy. Becomes an powered up attack if used against an enemy hero while in the state, warping you to the enemy hero position and dealing more damage. Skill 1, Death Blow. Fire an energy wave in a set direction that penetrates walls and enemies. If this is activated during stealth while in a bush or bush, the effects from stealth or the bush will continue. Skill 2, Vital Point Strike, a thrust attack in a target direction. Generates a shockwave with the attack from skill level 2. Enemy heroes who have not discovered you at the time of activation will be staggered on hit. Skill 3, Dimensional Infiltration. Warp to a set position and enter an alternate space-time, granting buffs. Apply stealth and movement speed up to self-wall in alternate space-time. These effects will be canceled if hit by an enemy or upon using a rush attack or skill. Death blow excluded. Super attack, Assassin's Domain. Unleash murderous energy, granting you buffs, applies fear of death, movement speed down, obscured vision, energy defense down to nearby enemies. Applies and energy defense down to nearby enemies. Applies the same effect as dimensional infiltration to self. If the effects of dimensional infiltration are canceled, they can be regained if no actions other than movement are performed. At number two is Gamma 1 and 2. At number two, Gamma 1 and is Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Um, Passive, Gamma switch between Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 in battle. Each has their own HP stat, rush attack, and movement speed. The two will swap when certain skills are used or when their HP reaches zero. Gamma 1 and 2 can be revived when swapped out with zero HP by performing a special pose, super attack, or healing them at the spawn point. Rush attack. Gamma 1 fires a ray gun. Gamma 2 unleashes a fury, a physical attack. The third hit is powered up. The third hit is a powered up. The third hit is a powered up attack in which the swapped out Gamma 1 or 2, or the swapped out Gamma 1 or Gamma 2 follows up with the ray gun to do more damage. Damage and range are increased while special pose is in effect. Skill 1, Gamma Strike, has Gamma 2 dash in and to deal a strike attack in set direction. This skill can be reactivated immediately after use. Causes an explosion and deals more damage upon landing a third hit. Cannot be activated when Gamma 2's HP is zero. Extra HP is gained upon activation. And when the strike lands while special pose is in effect. Skill 2, Gamma Impact. As Gamma 1, deal a flying kick at a set position to cause a shockwave, gains extra HP on activation, and when the shockwave hits, creates an explosion after the shockwave and deals more damage at skill level 3 super. Um, Cannot be activated when Gamma 1's HP is zero. More damage is dealt while special pose is in effect. Skill 3, Gamma Blaster, full burst. Use a ray gun to fire a scatter shot in a set direction. Can move, redirect while attacking. Where damage is dealt while special pose is in effect. Super attack special pose causes a surrounding explosion while striking a heroic pose. Applies immune to all to self upon activation. Allows Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 to work in tandem for a set period, healing and combine their HP stats into one. Transforms their rush attacks and skills into team attacks. Super attacks excluded. And activate Core Breaker at skill level 3. Uh, Super attack Core Breaker as Gamma 2 rushing in for a powerful last ditch attack at a set position. Can only be used once per battle during special pose at skill level 3 super. Drains HP of Gamma 2 0 when activated and forces Gamma 1 to swap in. At number 1, Deborah, passive Demon's Domain. An ability that petrifies enemy heroes. The petrification gauge increases when enemy heroes hit with a certain power up. Skills or rush attacks or when enemy hero is close is near. Depletes gauges when enemy hero performs a vanishing step or is not nearby for a set period. When the petrification gauge is full, rush attack changes into stone spit, and applies petrification. When the petrification gauge is full, rush attack changes into stone spit and applies petrification. Deals more damage to enemy heroes applied with uh, petrification. Rush attack. His rush attack is a physical attack. Third hit is powered up tech that fills a petrification gauge when it hits an enemy hero. Skill 1, Doomsray. An unavoidable attack causes the target to explode and restores HP on hit. Fills a petrification gauge when it hits an enemy hero. Fills more petrification petrification gauge when the emptier it is when the attack hits. If activated immediately after banishing step, it reduces attack activation time, creates an explosion or creates an explosion in front when attacking, causing more damage. Skill 2, Darkness Spear. Throw a volley of spears in a set direction. Spears pierce, hit enemy heroes, and apply no vanishing step. Applies movement speed up to someone moving toward an enemy hero pierced by a spear. The number of spears increases at skill level 30 super. Skill 3, Evil Flame. Spit flames in a set direction. Can move, redirect during attack. Applies movement speed down when it hits. Also applies burning and feels petrification gauge when it hits an enemy hero. Super Tech Evil Blast fires an explosive energy blast in a set direction. Feels petrification gauge of enemy heroes hit by the explosion.